guys, it's Brittany. So today I am going to be telling you a story about the most awkward person I have ever smoked with. And the reason that this story popped into my head was because this person literally just texted me and asked when we're gonna smoke together again. So that just kind of made me think about like the first time I smoked with them, and it was pretty bad. Okay, so this was like a while back, like a few months ago, and this guy, he texted me and he's all like, oh hey, like we should smoke together sometime. And I was like, cool, where do you live? Because I didn't know who this person was. Like, he hit me up on Snapchat and he was all like, oh, you don't remember me? And he's like, it's so and so. I'm not gonna say his name. I won't do that. But he's like, oh, you don't remember me? And I was like, no, sorry. And he's all like, oh yeah, we went to school together. I'm so and so. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, like we should get together and we should smoke sometime. And I was like, okay, because smoking with people is fun. Like, I smoke by myself a lot, but smoking with people is fun. So I was like, alright, I'm down. And this was like at a point in my life where I would go out I would sneak out every single night, and I would go like across town to hang out with people. I would spend the night at people's house for like a week at a time. Like, I was bad, and like I cut down on that. I don't do that very much, if ever. So yeah, but I decided to go hang out and smoke with this guy, and so he sent me his address, which was not very far from my house, so I decided to walk to his house instead of taking my skateboard. So he sent me his address, and I was using Google Maps to get there, and so I got lost. Like, I got to his street and then I got lost. I knew that street because one of my really good friends lives on that same street, plus my niece's great-grandparents. So I knew I had the right street, but I didn't know where his house was. Like, I'd never been to his house, and like Google Maps didn't register where I was right away. So I turned onto the street, but it didn't register that I was there, so I thought I had to turn again. So I turned again onto this other street, and then it registered, and I was all turned around, and I got so lost. So I texted him, and I was like, hey, I'm like on your street, but I'm lost. Like, I can't find you. And he's like, oh, where are you? And he's like, just go back to the stop sign where you were, and I'll come and get you. So I went back to the stop sign, and I see him walking towards me. I didn't know for sure if that was him, but I walked on the opposite side of the street in that direction, and when I got closer I saw that it was him, so I crossed the street and whatever. And so then we went to his house, and he's like, oh, be quiet, because everybody's asleep and their windows are all open. And I was like, well, good for you. That was a good idea. We go into his backyard, and we sit down on the ground, right next to his fence. And so, okay, keep in mind, I had, smoked on my way there, because I didn't know, what was up. So I, smoked on my way there. And then, he pulls out a joint, and he, lights it up, and then we start smoking. And I don't know what is in this joint, but it is bomb as fuck. It was good stuff. And I got so high. We were both so high. And he's like, oh, do you want to go for a walk? And I was like, yeah, I want to go for a walk. Like, adventure it up. If you know me at all, you know I love adventures. And I will go, like, anywhere, explore anything. So fun for me. Like, it's the funnest thing. You hit me up, like, let's go exploring. I'm like, hell yes, let's go. Let's do it, yes. So we sneak back out of his house. And we're going around his neighborhood now, which is the same neighborhood, as my friend and my niece's great-grandparents. So I know the neighborhood pretty well because I've been there so many times. And so we're walking around, and like it's a short, like the path that we go is short, but it felt so long because of like how high we were. So we're walking around, and like when we're passing by houses, some of the lights turn on. You know how there's like automatic lights where like in the nighttime it's sensor, so like you walk past it and the light turns on. Well, that happened at a couple houses, and we freaked out and we started running because we're like, someone's after us, they're watching us, we're gonna get in trouble, somebody's gonna find out. And like, it was just ridiculous how high we were. And then dogs started barking when we passed by this one house, and that freaked us out too. So we were running, but we were like stumbling, and it was so funny. And so up until this point, it was good. Like, we were having a good time. And then, like, we were even gone, like, from his house 5 minutes. And then we get back to, like, we stop at this corner. And he's all like, alright, bye, see ya. And I was like, what? And he's all like, oh, what? Do you want a high five or something? And he's like, come here, give me a high five. And I was like, dude, what? And he's like, yeah, this is the part where you go home now. And I was like, dude, like when he texted me, he's all like, oh yeah, you can come over, we can smoke. And like, we'll go back to my house and like hang out and whatever. And like, I have a bunch of food that we can eat. And I was like, I'm so down because I love food. And I'm like, yeah. And then he's just like, oh, bye, see ya. And I was confused. And I didn't know what was happening. And I was so high and so confused. I didn't know where I was. And now I had to walk home. And it's like, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was lost, I was confused, I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I had to get home, and so Google Maps came in handy. But like, I thought that was so weird. Like, he's like, oh yeah, we can smoke together, we can like go back to my house, eat some food, have some fun, like just hang out, chill, whatever. I spent not 5 minutes with him, like after, like probably like 15 minutes total I spent with him, and then he's all like, bye. And like, that's not what you do when you smoke with people. Like, you guys hang out afterwards, and you like, it's just like, it's like hours. Like, you guys are together for hours. It's not just like a simple like, we're gonna meet up just to smoke, and as soon as that's done, we're gonna leave. Like, it's ridiculous, and it was weird, but, you know, yeah. And then he just like, he hits me up today, and he's like, when are we gonna smoke again? It's been a while. And I was like, oh, I don't know, dude. That's up to you. Actually, I think I said no, or I didn't say no. I said, yeah, sure. I'm kind of busy though, so I don't know when I'd be able to. And he's all like, oh yeah, that's cool, just let me know. And I was like, okay buddy, will do. I don't plan on hitting him up anytime soon because that was just, and then he like, after that, like he hit me up like after we smoked and he's all like, oh, we should do that again, that was fun. And he's like, but this time you can come back to my house. And I was like, first of all, nah, because that's what you said last time, and that like never happened. So I thought, like, I was just like, nah. And then he's all like, oh yeah, you can come over and we can do something like watch a movie, or like maybe we could watch porn. And I was like, what? Why would you ask me that? Like, that's not a normal thing to ask somebody. Like, you can come over to my house and we can watch porn together. Like, no. That is so weird. And I'm like, not doing that. But yeah, so I have no plans to hang out with him in either the near nor distant future. So sorry if you're watching this, you probably know who you are because I don't think a lot of people have this experience. So yeah, that's the story of the most awkward person I have ever smoked with. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe if you want. You don't have to, but you can. So yeah, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!